Yeah, I think everyone is in troubles with the economy. The jobs are really hard to find, and it's just everything is expensive.
My dad, he owns a business and he exports stuff from the United States to Morocco, and since the economy is bad, it's more expensive for him to do that. My dad's like, you know, be careful with your money, and you know, we're really like not spending as much as we used to. We're not going out to dinner as much as we used to. So
college tuition was raised a couple $1,000s, and I'm going to start working another job, and it's pretty bad.
I used to go to a school in Rhode Island, and it was too much because my fund was in the stock market. So when that plummeted, so did my fund. So I had to transfer to Rutgers.
My grandmother, she lost out on a lot of money because of this stuff.
My mom has experienced trouble because of the bad economy, because she lost her job and it was hard at one point, but then she found a new one.
My stepdad has his own business, and everything with the economy is messing it up.
Well, I know my mom is. Her pay has gone down over the past few months.
Trying to apply for jobs, it's really hard getting a job.
I don't think the economy has affected my family, or me personally, but definitely friends and family. A lot of people that are close to my family don't have jobs.
One of my family members, not my parents, but one of them has lost their job because of the economy and is living on the welfare right now.
I work at Walgreens, and my hours there got cut back significantly. So I made a lot less money than I would normally make for any given month. So yeah, I guess that's the result of the economy. They had to redistrict what they had and cut back hours of people like me who were just working the cashier.
It seems as though everyone is feeling the pinch of the economy.
Most of us can tell at least one story about how they or someone they know is experiencing loss or change as a result of what's going on with the U.S. economy.
These stories bring to life for us the reality of what economists call a recession, or the downturn in the economy.
How has the current status of the economy impacted your life?
How can we find a way to get through these dark economic times?
Looking for light in these dark times. That's what we'll be talking about today. Hi everyone, I'm Kenny.
And I'm Jess.
And this is RealfaithTV. All over the world, people are tending to bring home less money, or jobs are less available, while goods and services remain just as expensive to pay for.
No one knows this better than Tiffany, our spotlight guest today.
Tiffany's dad lost his job as vice president in the company he worked for when they were forced to downsize.
We'll meet Tiffany later in the show and find out how her family got through this difficult time.
We'll also talk with our studio guests about the experiences they have had with today's faltering economy.
But first, let's go back to the teens on the street and find out if their lifestyle has been impacted as a result of the economy and what has helped them cope in these dark times.
Has your lifestyle been affected in any way because of the bad economic times?
Yeah, definitely. With college and everything, it's hard to get money and student loans.
Not yet, and I'm hoping it doesn't.
No, it hasn't.
No, not really.
Gas has gone up a little, but everything's pretty fine for me.
It's just gotten a little different, you know, like you kind of have to stop spending so much money and think about what you're buying. And
yeah, try not to spend as much when I go out and stuff like that.
I just noticed that, prices for everything are more expensive, and so I tend to buy a little bit less.
I cheer and it's really expensive, so I have to make a lot of sacrifices to pay for it.
I can't go shopping as much as I used to.
Yeah, I can't go shopping as much anymore.
But what has helped you or your mom to cope through these rough times?
My dad's been having to take extra hours, and my mom's just been looking for another job.
To get through all these rough times, all you gotta do is you gotta stick together, be a family.
Well, we help each other out, if she can't get money to do something, my grandparents help her out.
I mean, my family is just learning to cope with it by spending less and saving more.
Just not spending money, going out and doing stuff. Go to fast food places instead of going to restaurants, or just staying home.
Hang out with my friends more at their house or something, not go out as much.
And less buy materialistic things and staying focused to the real things that matter.
Getting good deals, shopping smartly, not buying excess food or excess materialistic things. Just tightening down the budget and being careful with how we spend money.
Praying, praying to God. He helps me with everything.
Yeah, we both have a strong Catholic faith, and we go to church, and we it really helps us through times to know that there's something bigger than you.
I know for me, college, like one of the girls said earlier, has been really difficult because I'm going to be a future college student, and initially it was just worrying about getting into school and what school I was going to go to, but now it's also a matter of paying for it.
Let's meet our studio guests and get their thoughts on the economy.
Okay, they are Kalechi, Chris, Andrew, Mary, Phil, Vince, and Chris.
Have you had to adjust your lifestyle because of the current economic conditions?
I have, because I'm someone who loves going to movies and buying movies and CDs and all that, and I used to babysit a lot, and my neighbors don't go out as much anymore, so I don't have that money anymore.
I used to babysit, and my mom also lost her job, so like I can't go to the movies as much as I used to, or like buy my favorite CD.
The economy didn't really affect me, but it affected my friends, because I go to a Catholic school, and it costs like $8,000 a year, and it's too much for some of my friends, so my closest friends have to leave the school.
Yeah, in my family, every year we used to go on like 1 or 2 vacations. We'd go out to like Texas or Florida. But like after the economy got tight, like we had to tighten our belts, so it was one of the few things we had to sacrifice. We couldn't go on vacations. Like we could occasionally take a road trip out to Washington, but we really couldn't do as many things as a family like that.
My family, we really haven't suffered that much because my dad's been able to hold his job, so that's been good. But personally, I'm looking for a job, and it's just tough, you know, with these hard economic times.
Similar to Andrew, you know, I want to find a job, but my family hasn't felt that much of a pinch. My dad's a general contractor, and he has his own business, but, you know, finding jobs out there for him is a little bit difficult. And as a teenager, you need experience to get a job. You need a job to get experience, so it's not that easy. So I've just been, you know, doing my thing, you know, staying home, hanging out with friends at their houses, video games, stuff like that, instead of going to the movies every Friday.
The economy has helped me to learn to be less of an impulse buyer and be more careful with my money, and especially other people's money, because I used to be careless and just buy things when I saw them.
Tiffany has felt the impact of the economy firsthand.
Her whole world, as she knew, came crashing down around her when her parents had to sell their dream house when her dad lost his job.
Let's hear her story now.
My dad had lost his job because his company wanted to downsize, and it was very devastating for me and my family. I did feel hopeless because I didn't think that I was going to get through the tough time, but my parents told me that everything was going to be okay and that we will get through it. I was afraid that we weren't going to have enough money for food, but thankfully some of my mom's friends gave us some food and money to help us get through. Probably the most difficult part was when we had to sell our house. Originally, I thought that my dad wasn't going to get a job, and I thought that I wasn't sure where we were going to move. But me and my brother, we really wanted to stay at our school and be with our same friends. We didn't want to have to go through all that, like moving, getting new friends and stuff. But in the end, it turned out that everything was okay, and we stayed in the same town, and we had kept our same friends and did the same sports. I never thought that anything like this could happen to my family because we had everything we wanted. We lived in a big house and everything. We had a pool, but it did happen to us, and I realized that it can happen to anyone. To help the situation, I stayed strong for my family and my parents and my brother, and I gave up going shopping every weekend because I love doing that, and I would ask my mom for less money to go out with my friends. I would spend more time with my family, and I wouldn't go out to places like the movies when you could just like watch a movie at your house. I try to stay focused in school and sports. Well, my friends supported me because they told me that everything was going to be okay and to just keep praying and hope that everything's going to be fine. And they helped me by telling me that it was okay and it's okay to cry.